transfer stations were built to provide a more efficient and a more cost-effective garbage collection service, basically for the municipalities. A transfer station helps reduce emissions by cutting down on the number of vehicles traveling back and forth to the landfill. Our facility here, we have the largest tractor-trailer units on a road in the province of British Columbia at 73 feet long. So we can roughly fit 3 garbage packers into one truck. On the average workday, this facility receives between 1,100 and 1,200 metric tons of waste per day. It's the second largest facility on the west coast of North America, except for one in Los Angeles. 1,200 metric tons roughly translates to about 2.2 million pounds of garbage per day. We basically take all types of household refuse, from paper, plastic, cardboard, newsprint, your household waste, your fruits and vegetables. We do not accept materials that are considered hazardous waste, i.e. chemicals, explosives, materials also that are harmful to the environment. Gyprock is one material that if it goes into the landfill, it leaches into the landfill and causes a strong odor. And all types of chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, anything basically that's classified as a hazardous substance, we do not allow at this facility. Our first composting project was Christmas trees and leaf collection. That started about 5 or 6 years ago, which the crews in Vancouver would go pick up the leaves that the community would leave out at the curb. Then we started taking Christmas trees, which we would bring to our landfill to mulch up as well.
City of Vancouver's been composting since 1990. Since 1995, we've been accepting yard and garden waste dropped off by landscapers and residents, both here and at the transfer station in Vancouver. And in 1998, we reprocessed roughly 27,000 metric tons of yard and garden waste, and that works out to approximately 3,000 garbage truckloads of material that would alternatively have gone into the landfill that we're now recycling. We grind up the yard and garden waste, then we pile it in large piles called windrows, mix them periodically over a 3 to 4 month period. After that, we put the material into even larger piles, which we call curing piles, and the material's left in the curing piles for another 6 to 8 months. The whole process then is roughly a year. After a year, we take the material and we screen it through something called a trommel screen, which is just a big rotating drum with holes in it. The fine material falls through the holes. The coarse material goes out through the back end of the trommel screen. After we've screened the material, we ship it out to users. We actually sell the final product. The basic day-to-day operations are garbage comes in through the waste scales, comes up onto the main landfill, is compacted and then covered with soil on a daily basis. The construction of the landfill is relatively simple. We start out with a layer of wood waste demolition material we've crushed up, and it's roughly 3 meters thick. That layer acts as a drainage layer. On top of that, we put 3 layers of garbage, each layer of garbage covered with a layer of soil, and then we put final cover on the top of the landfill. From a hydrogeological perspective, the landfill is an excellent site because the landfill is underlain by a layer of silty clay and a layer of peat, and they act as a barrier layer. So water that comes down through the garbage hits the demolition material. Instead of going down into the groundwater system, it migrates laterally to the leachate collection system. All the water that falls onto the entire landfill within the landfill perimeter is collected as leachate. The water hits the garbage, percolates through the garbage, hits a layer of demolition which acts as a drainage layer, and then goes out to a perimeter leachate collection system. From the interior leachate collection ditch, the water is pumped from a pump station to the Annacis Island Sewage Treatment Plant, and the leachate's treated. Another really important component of the environmental protection systems at the Vancouver landfill is the gas collection system. The garbage, as it breaks down in an anaerobic environment, produces methane and carbon dioxide. Methane is flammable and also a greenhouse gas. Carbon dioxide is an inert gas, but it's also a greenhouse gas. We drill vertical wells into the landfill and connect up all those wells with a series of pipes, run the pipes to a flare station where we burn the gas, or alternatively to our administration building, where we use the gas to heat the administration building. The Vancouver landfill serves roughly 800,000 people, and each year we receive roughly 400,000 metric tons of garbage. Over the last 9 years, we've seen a roughly 20% reduction in the total amount of garbage coming through the door. Essentially, we want to provide an economic waste disposal system for the City of Vancouver and the other municipality that the landfill serves. At the same time, we want to protect the environment, and we want to encourage waste reductions.
The single most important thing that people can do to reduce waste is take part in the recycling programs that the GBRD and the City of Vancouver are now implementing. We need all the households in Vancouver to take part in the Blue Box program. We're implementing an apartment recycling program coming up in the near future. And by eliminating those types of material coming into our landfill, not only helps reduce waste, but it also keeps harmful material out of our landfills, and which lead to a much cleaner environment for all of us.